I sit back and I look at this team, and it's just like all season long, a lot like the Lakers. There's times where you look at them and it's like, okay, they can make a run. They're still the Golden State Warriors. Can you really dismiss them? This year has just been too many questions. Klay Thompson has been a shell of himself. He's not the same. He spent a lot of the season coming off the bench, which we've never seen in his entire career. So now we got Klay coming off the bench. We got and then Draymond Green. Once again, we found ourselves talking about Draymond Green, and we're not talking about basketball. We're not talking about his skill set and how he helps the Golden State Warriors. Once again, he finds a way to get himself ejected. This time, 4 minutes into the game, into the first quarter, 4 minutes into the game. But what stuck out the most was looking at their leader, Steph Curry. He looked like I've never seen him before when this happened. He just kind of like his shoulders dropped, his demeanor just totally went into his hands. Like he was sunk. He was spent. He said like I've seen this way too many times. I'm on record saying in the past that I thought after Draymond got suspended for that amount of games that he got back when he was grabbed the dude's neck or when he punched Nurkic, I thought that the Warriors should have terminated his contract and said, "Look, just be done with it." But the truth of the matter is, this team needs Draymond Green. This year's team. Now, when the offseason comes, now that's a whole different story. Now you got different discussions that you're going to need to have involving Draymond. If I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm cutting ties. Like, this is it. I can't keep on dealing with this. The apologies, the going on the podcast saying that he deserved to be kicked out, hearing Steve Kerr in his press conference talking about how Draymond deserves it. We've heard this stuff so many times over and over and over again to the point where it's falling on deaf ears, not just with us. It's falling on deaf ears with his teammates. It's falling on deaf ears with Steph Curry, the guy that's the guy who is you need to make happy. Because he's the only reason why the Warriors are not in the lottery for next year right now. You've gotten absolutely nothing from Andrew Wiggins. He has not been the same player since last season before he went on that leave of absence. We don't know what happened. It's not our business to know what happened, but he has not been the same player since he came back. You've gotten virtually nothing from him. At times, you've gotten nothing from Draymond except fouls and headaches and technical fouls and ejections. Klay Thompson has been up and down. There's been times where he's been a no-show. There's been times where he looks like the old Klay, but can you really depend on it? Moses Moody. So at times he looks great, and then there's times where you don't know he's out there. Same thing with Jonathan Kuminga, who Jonathan Kuminga has taken steps this season. I'll say that. But again, it's just the up and down. Are we sure that we can depend on these guys when the playoffs get here? Can Steph Curry really count on these guys and trust them? And you just look around, it's like, and again, something else I said earlier in the season, trade Steph Curry. This man doesn't deserve to stick around and see the way that this team's looking, how morally pathetic they've looked at times, where it's like, this team don't even belong out there. Guys, Golden State Warriors are not going near the NBA Finals this year. Let's just put that to bed. They're not going. They're not good enough. They are still too small. They have a lot of work to do if they want to try to reconstruct this team into a championship caliber team. But you still got Steph Curry, which means you still have a chance. He's playing out of his mind still, like LeBron is playing out of his mind still. And as long as that guy is still there, and as long as he's still in uniform with you, and you keep him healthy, and you give him some pieces around him, you'll always have a chance. But this year's team has just been too inconsistent. Draymond Green has, I think, worn himself out with the Warriors. I think it's time for him to go. And look, I'm a guy that loves the way that Draymond plays. He plays hard. He gets in your face a little bit. He's a guy that you would love to play with on your team, but you hate to play against him. But these antics, these technical fouls and ejections, these constant apologies over and over again to the team, to his fans on his podcast, it's getting old. And quite frankly, if I'm the Warriors, I'm done.